All right, everybody, it is Alzheimer's Awareness Month. We just celebrated, or I should say honored, World Alzheimer's Day, and the Walk to End Alzheimer's is the world's largest event dedicated to Alzheimer's care, support, research. The Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's will be held in Des Moines at the Iowa State Capitol coming up on Saturday, October 1st. So we wanted to talk more about this, learn more about it, why this is so important. We have Chantel Chaddick joining us today to talk more about that. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
For being here. So with such a big topic, and you look beautiful in purple today, how can we continue on a local level, bring awareness, bring funds, bring people's attention to what needs to be done when it comes to Alzheimer's?
Yeah, so we obviously have World Alzheimer's Month coming out. We have our local Walk to End Alzheimer's in Des Moines next Saturday on the 3rd, or on the 1st, excuse me. And it's just a really good opportunity to continue the momentum that we built up over the past couple months. We also had our longest day event back in June. Right. So it's just it's our season we think of to really get people together, help families understand that they are not alone in this fight. Alzheimer's itself can be really isolating. So I think of the Walk to End Alzheimer's as an opportunity for people to just get out there and realize that they're not alone. There are resources out there. The Walk to End Alzheimer's is our biggest fundraiser every year to provide those local programming resources, but then also just support critical research nationwide too.
Absolutely, and I know we have some footage of past events that we want to show you, and I love that idea of coming together in a situation where you do feel very isolated and alone. So you see people come together, walk together, be together, holding signs, but there's also something that's known as a garden and representing what's happening there, kind of explaining what that's about besides ringing your bell and carrying your sign. What does that garden mean? Sure,
yeah. So each of these flowers, people are given one at the walk, and they each mean a different thing. So the purple flowers are for those who have lost someone. Yellow are for those who are caring or supporting for someone now. Orange, they may not have a personal connection. And then the blue ones are for people that are living with Alzheimer's or dementia now. So during the walk, during our opening ceremonies, you see this crowd of 1,000 flowers up in the air, and we raise them all at one time, and you really do realize that you're not alone.
You're not alone.
It's one of those tug on your heartstrings moments. It's the thing that I look forward to every year. It's just that feeling of, again, just knowing you're not alone and that there are resources out there to support you, because again, it can just feel so isolating. Yeah. So that's really the hallmark, and then we of course plant them on the Capitol Hill, and that's just a fun thing to come back to and just see as well.
I love that. Okay,
yeah.
So we want people to take that moment and realize, but again, it's also not only awareness, a chance to come together, but there's that opportunity to fundraise at the same time.
Absolutely.
So I know there's a big goal ahead.
Yep.
If people want to be a part of the walk, if they want to donate, if they want to be a part, necessarily of a team, how can they do that? How can they learn more?
Absolutely. So we have our website. It's alz.org/walk.
Okay.
And you can find the local Des Moines Walk, register your team. Even if you can't be there that day, you can find a team, or you can just donate to the walk itself. We have a big goal of $500,000 this year.
Okay.
And again, it's the largest, we're the largest funder of Alzheimer's research nationwide. So, it's important for people to just donate. There's so many people living with Alzheimer's and their families that are affected. So we hope people can take this opportunity to get involved.
Yeah, come together, get involved. You can make a donation. You can be part of a walk.
Yep.
This is a big deal, and this is what's funding that research to hopefully make a difference down the road.
Absolutely.
Chantel, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you seeing us. All right, we're here to talk about an amazing organization, the Family Cancer Network, which helps Iowa families pay for everyday living expenses when they receive a cancer diagnosis. With me today, we have Janine Laughlin and Amy Tees here to share more about Family Cancer Network, and also a very special event that is happening this Saturday, if you can't tell. Da, 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 that's here behind me. So first, let's talk about this network of amazing individuals that really just want to help out local families.
Right. We saw a need in the community, Jackie, where families needed help paying everyday or collateral damage from a cancer diagnosis. And we started out as helping children with pediatric blood cancers. Mm-hmm. And we've segued a little bit larger than that now. So we have helped adults with blood cancers, paying mortgages. One little boy had what they called chemo brain and was struggling in school, so we paid for tutoring lessons. We paid electricity bills, whatever families need to just help get through that hard time in dealing with a cancer diagnosis.
I love that because it's a lot of times things we don't always think about. Just getting gas to and from an appointment can make the world of difference.
A hotel room.
Yeah, hotel room, just the little things. So we want to make sure this continues to be funded so we can help these families as you're continuing to expand and grow, which I love hearing. So what's happening this weekend to make sure that we can have fun but give back in a big way?
So this weekend is our biggest fundraiser that we have annually. It's the Blood, Sweat, and Beers 5K. So it's a 5K run walk, family friendly, taking place at the Walnut, 1417 Walnut Street downtown, starting at 10 a.m. Still plenty of time to register for the event.
I love that. And there is a virtual option, right? Because we all need the different options that are available to us if we want to participate in our own way. We can do that as well.
Yes, absolutely. And there's also what we call a companion ticket, so you can register and then your companion can drink beer.
I like that.
Right? Blood, Sweat, and Beers donated by Barntown. And eat. We have food down there, and we also have a bounce house for the kids. So, and that is sponsored by E4 Construction.
Okay.
So
definitely, lots of fun things going on. An important cause. It's going to be a great weekend. We want everybody to get down there, and there's a fun mug.
Yes. So the swag this year is this wonderful metal mug with Blood, Sweat, and Beers and Family Cancer Network on the other side. Everyone that registers either in person or virtually will get the mug.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Okay, and as you said, still time. So if people want to be a part of it, because it's coming up this Saturday, you can still register and be a part of it.
Yes, absolutely. Up until Saturday morning, we have people registering.
I love that. So where do we need to go if we want to register?
So you can register at bsbiowa.com or fcnet.org. Either of those websites will take you to our race registration or day of 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. in-person registration.
Oh, I love that. Just show up and you'll be a part of the great thing. Ladies, why do you enjoy being a part of something like this? Why is it so passionate for you?
Oh my gosh, I think to see the people that you're helping and the looks on their faces and just the overwhelming relief of having somebody to pay a mortgage or somebody to help with gas or put even food on their tables. So
yeah, you're changing lives, you're making differences, and it's an incredible thing happening. And you can do that by maybe a little blood and sweat, but there's some beers in there involved as well as a 5K in person. We'd love for you to show up, but you can also do it virtually as well. And we'll have all the details on our website as well. Ladies, you're wonderful.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to continue to talk about great things that are happening in our community as the Des Moines Botanical Garden is bringing a new event series to its lineup, and this is called The Ray Way. So joining us today, always excited to see Maggie Connor joining us, and you have the details. So The Ray Way, what exactly are we talking about?
The Ray Way is a series of 9 events that are celebrating heritage from the Asian community here in Iowa. So it also celebrates Governor Robert D. Ray and all of the efforts that he made in welcoming the Asian community to our state and our greater Des Moines community. So again, it's 9 event series, kicks off this evening. And goes all the way through the end of October. Lots of different things going on.
Okay, so for example, like what is happening tonight?
Tonight we're going to have an art exhibit opening. It happens from 6 to 9 p.m. We have artists of Asian descent who have offered their work up. That'll be hung up in the Botanical Gardens North Gallery. And we also have a piece or a print from the World Food Prize Foundation called Iowa Shares. And that piece depicts actually the Iowa Shares program that Governor Robert D. Ray put in place back in the 70s. So really meaningful work.
Yeah, and just an example of some of the events that are happening that are involved with this. Why was this important for the Greater Des Moines Botanical Garden to host events like this?
Absolutely. So the Greater Des Moines Botanical Garden last spring actually began stewarding the Robert D. Ray Asian Garden just down the street from us. So obviously that garden was put in place to honor Robert D. Ray and his efforts to welcome the Asian community to really, change the fabric of our state. And so the city of Des Moines and the Greater Des Moines Botanical Garden worked to transition that garden to the Greater Des Moines Botanical Garden. So our horticulturists and our volunteers actually are down there stewarding that garden and taking great care of it. And so once that transition was made, it was really important for us to connect to the Asian community in our area and make sure that we were honoring them and the great work of Robert D. Ray going forward.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so lots of great events happening to honor that wonderful relationship, and it's a piece of history, but something that we can still move forward today. Do we have our last music event happening tonight?
Unreal. I mean, all summer we had, I want to say 16 or 17 events every Thursday. Tonight is our final Music in the Garden. The Feel Right is going to be out on the lawn. Sounds like another gorgeous night.
Yes.
Knock on wood, but I know we heard the forecast before. We have not had one rain cancellation.
Nice.
All summer. So
I love this.
Lucky us, but this is it going to be our final one. We're hoping to take it out with a bang, and that's part of the reason that we wanted to do the exhibition tonight too, is to really open up this new series to the audience that we already have coming to the garden every Thursday.
I love it. All right, so check out online, on social media, learn more about all the events leading up to this, but also go check out music later on tonight. Maggie, always great to see you.
Thank you,
you. Hello, everybody. We love to highlight incredible theater that is happening in our community, but check this out. The Ankeny Community Theater is honored to present the world premiere of a brand new play. It's by Tommy Lee Johnston. It's called Borrowed Beats. And to tell us more about this production, why it's one you don't want to miss, we do have Thompson joining us today. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You play the role of George.
Correct.
Okay, so tell us about your character, but more importantly, this world premiere of this play. What it's all about.
Right. George is the patriarch of the family that we meet in this story.
Okay.
Playwright Tommy Lee Johnston, who has given us now his third story.
I love that.
Yes. Very solid, positive relationship that Ankeny Community Theater has with Tommy. He's written this story about a family. It could be any family up and down the street. Sadly, they have gone through a very tragic, kind of life-altering situation with the death of George's adult daughter a year ago. And we see the dynamics of how the family deals with this loss. We have Elaine, George's wife, Elaine's son, Jeff. We also meet Zoe, that was Chelsea's wife, and then a surprise appearance from a young woman named Sandra, who was the recipient of Chelsea's heart through organ transplant. Now, the family hadn't planned on meeting the recipient, but she does show up, and that is when the interactions in the story really begins. We see how the family deals with this surprise visit. Everyone has varying thoughts and opinions and feelings on meeting this person. My character, George, in particular, had wanted to put it all behind him.
Right.
But now here it is laid out right in front of him again.
Yeah, hence the name Borrowed Beats, which
Correct.
is incredible. And anytime I ever see a news story about someone who's able to meet someone that's received an organ from someone that's passed, it's just an emotional moment. So you can only imagine the family dynamic and the emotions that are going to be based in this. Why did you want to be a part of a production like this?
Oh boy, as an actor, you love the roles where you can really sink your teeth into the emotions, the heavy emotions, running the gamut from the fury and frustration to the laughter and better times and everything in between.
In between.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. And how special that the playwright, you're able to communicate with them and be a part of this production to really get the true essence of what this is all about. So a very special world premiere. We don't want to make sure you don't want to miss. So that kicks off this Friday.
This Friday, opening night. Yes.
Love it.
And Tommy Lee Johnston will be there. He'll do a talk back after the show for audience members who want to hear more about his process in writing this story, ask him questions and so forth. And then we've got this weekend and next weekend, all this work, and we'll do 7 performances.
All right, so you don't want to miss a moment of it. If people want more details about the theater, how can they do so?
Well, let's see. You can always buy your tickets online at
Okay.
Ankeny Community Theater, that's R-E, AnkenyCommunityTheater.org. You can purchase tickets at the door. And there's a phone number, I'm sure, for the theater. And
that is very clearly on that website.
Google that. Exactly. Exactly.
Tom, thank you for your time. Can't wait to see this brand new production. She is back because she's just one of my favorite people in the entire world. That is Dixie Longate from Dixie's Tupperware Party, which has been in Des Moines. Only a few performances left, courtesy of Des Moines Performing Arts over at the Temple Theater. But my dear, I just have to say congratulations. 14 years going strong.
Our 14th anniversary, which is just baffling to me. The whole show, and you've come to see it so many times, and you came to see it twice already.
Yes.
This go around. So I've got 4 more shows left tonight, 2 on Saturday, and then 1 on Sunday, and then I head on up. But my whole tour, Dixie's Tupperware Party, started right here in Des Moines. 14 years ago. Isn't that stupid? And then the alert came out on my phone, like one of them old memories. They're like, remember when you was drunk and you made that decision? You're like, yes, I do. And 14 years ago, and I'm so happy to be back at sort of the scene of the crime where I started 14 years ago and being able to do it again. And the audiences have been so stinking lovely, and everybody's been so kind. And it's what's so funny, and I think maybe I talked about this before, but like I wrote the show forever ago, and then the idea that it's still relevant because it's not just a Tupperware party. It's also about finding that piece of yourself that that's better than you give yourself credit for, and going out and doing great things in the world and contributing your bit of joy and happiness to the world. And it's just so funny as the world has changed. It's interesting that message still resonates in such a new and different way with everybody, especially post-pandemic.
Yeah, taking the chance and enjoying time with neighbors, friends, maybe even strangers while you're out enjoying the events, but also taking chances in life and you know, opening new doors and just doing some incredible things.
And I mean, we need that more than ever. We need smiles. We need people going out and sharing some happiness. And so it's something you do every single day.
Well, thank you.
And you
very
make me
much,
all
Dixie.
tingly down on the Jesus place because you are just an angel sent from baby Jesus above. So I love it. I love it. I love it. So.
All right, so here's the big question that I've been hearing from a lot of people out here in Des Moines. When are you going to be back? When can we see Dixie
now?
again?
So I've been talking to the people that do and I know that I'm going to be coming back again next season. I am doing either a new show called Cherry Bombs and Bottle Rockets, and we are actually doing a show of it in January in Mason City.
Mason City?
Yeah, Mason City. So I'm going to be doing that. It's a whole new show, stand-up and storytelling, and it's all sort of addressing like who you've become during the pandemic and who you are walking out into the world after things. Because everything's changed so much.
Yeah.
So it's about like, who do you want to be? You know, what can you do in the world? Because the way we've learned so much in these last 2 years that everything is shorter than we thought it was. You know, well, I mean, like everything. Like sometimes, you know, when you're like behind a dumpster, and you're like, that's not as big as you said on the profile. But like, it's just about like, you know, life is short, and you have to take advantage of doing great things while you can. So, and as we're watching the world go through what's going through, you're like, yeah, take action now and do fun things now. So that's what my new show, Cherry Bombs, is all about. Because you can be a cherry bomb and you can make a big mess and explode and just scare all the critters, or you can be a bottle rocket and light the way for other people.
Oh, I love that.
And so that's what the storytelling is about. But it's all kinds of stuff that's been going on since the last time, or you know, like that. And but I love coming back to Des Moines. This is my 6th time. Do you believe that?
Oh my goodness.
I know the ankle bracelet goes off, and then I got to leave town. But in the meantime, I come in and I have a good time, and everybody's so neighborly. And I love it. I love being able to come back because I have so many people that will come to the show again and again and again, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's so nice to see you," and like rub up on my leg and say nice things, and they whisper in my ear, and I'm like, "What are you standing back there for?" You know how they do. But it's so stinking nice, you know. And people have been just so joyous, and I think people love that opportunity of coming back again and smiling, and that's just important.
Yeah.
It's like you ever drink a lot and then you forget to smile. This is bad. I mean, the drinking part is fine, but sometimes you're like, you know, or you end up, you know, and
you bring joy to my life, Dixie, and that's why I wanted to have you back on our show. Congratulations on 14 years. Congratulations on your new show, and we can't wait to have you back in Des Moines.
I will be back. You can't get rid of me. I'm like a rash they don't got a salve for. I keep popping up. Stay tuned. So come see the show the last couple of days.
DMPA.org if tickets are still available because they're going quickly.